What's up everybody, Fix-It Ash here. We're working on a Honda pressure washer today, and the pull string snapped as we were trying to do a little bit of troubleshooting because it won't start and obviously it won't run. So yeah, we yanked on it twice, the pull cord parted, and we're going to be doing a little video today on how to replace it. So here's the old pull cord. We actually stopped by the auto parts store today and they have this in stock. There's not a lot of hardware stores around here, and I didn't feel like running all the way to Home Depot. So all right, this is going to be the fix. Stand by and we'll let you know how we get it done. Okay, we're back. And it's hot. November 2024, and it's not pleasant. So we are going to grab a little 10 mil here to pull the pull cord housing off, and see exactly what happened here. Okay, so it obviously broke within the housing, and this is going to have to be sprung back. Doesn't even feel like the spring is all that good. Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. So, okay, once we get the string out of there, what we're going to do is we're going to wind it up. We'll wrap the string, we'll put it back together, and I usually like to put a screwdriver through here just to hold the tension while we make off all of our knots and install the handle. So stand by one, we'll get this apart. Okay, so we removed the old string from it, and then all you have to do is feed your string through here, get this lined up, feed it all the way through, go ahead and tie yourself a knot on the end, and then what I like to do is take a pair of pliers, grab the end of the knot, and go ahead and just tug on it and get it tight, and that's not going to come loose. And then just trim the excess off of that. And grab yourself a lighter. I just went and got a fan because it's so hot, so we see if we can keep the lighter going. There we go. Just burn the end of that, just like so. And then I'll show you guys how to wind this thing up and then tie the handle on the other side. Okay, so what you guys want to do is once you get your knot tied on there, wind this up clockwise as viewed from this side. Wind it up till you get it real tight, and then feed your cable in. Well, put a screwdriver in here to hold it, and then put your cable in there and feed it out of this side. Okay, so now we want to go ahead and get our handle put on. This is the one that came with it. So, try this thing out. Alright. Now what we want to do is feed the line through there. Now we want to take and feed our line through here. And then we'll go ahead and tie a knot on this end. Just try to get it as close to the edge as you can. pliers. nice and tight. Pull this back up to here. Pull the handle back up. Yeah, like a glove. Alright. Now we can take our screwdriver out. And we'll let it wind in. There it is. Perfect. Okay, so now we'll reinstall this on top of the engine, and then we're going to have some carburetor work to do. Okay, so next thing we're going to be doing is we're just going to go ahead and pull the plug out of the bottom of the carburetor bowl here. We'll drop the bowl, we'll get it cleaned out, we'll inspect the float, and we'll see how it looks. Let's go ahead and take the air cleaner out now. We'll inspect it. That looks pretty good. For the sake of argument. Don't have my flashlight, so I can't really see down in there. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and make sure that our fuel is shut off. Close our fuel valve. That way we don't just keep dumping fuel out of here. We put a small little catch pan up underneath there to catch the fuel that is in the bowl. So I'm going to go ahead and get that loosened up. That appears to be 10 mil. Okay, we're back. Got our little 10 mil in here. And switch her around. Alright. Oh, we have leakage. We'll put the drain out here for the hair. Well, she's all drained down, so we'll pull our bowl bolt out here, and as you can see, quite a bit of crust in there, so we're going to go ahead and get that cleaned up, and let's go ahead and check the float here. See, feels a little spongy going up and down. There's certainly a little bit of crud in there. I don't think it's going to warrant pulling the carburetor off, but we might be able to just go ahead and pull the pin out of the float, and we'll take the needle out, inspect it. Good possibility that the jet might be clogged too. I mean, worst case scenario, we'll just yank the carb and get her cleaned out, but you know, first things first, we'll go and get this cleaned out, and yeah, we might go ahead and pull that and just inspect it. We'll take a peek. Well, lo and behold, I cannot find a wire brush around here to save my life, but look at that. Even the sun shines on a fellow like me every now and then. This is my dad's toothbrush, so yeah, we're just going to go ahead and start working away. It seems to be doing better than nothing here. I don't have anything at this house, nor do I really think he needs it. So we're just going to get this cleaned up as best we can. I think I am going to go ahead and pull the old radiator off. That's pretty good. We can scrape that with everything else. It's not coming out too bad. Yeah, we'll pull the carburetor off because I'm about 99.456754% sure that jet has got some trash in it, just due to the condition of the bulb and what's on the float. So we'll yank that off of there, and we'll show you what we find. All right, grab your 10 mil. Loosen up your carburetor studs. pull off our breather hose. Carburetor's exposed. Now all we have to do is just pull the linkages off, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and keep the fuel line hooked up. I can probably get this cleaned out without disconnecting that. So we will. Oh boy, it'd be a lot easier if I did. Yeah, we'll get the fuel line disconnected. Oh. I'm going to take a wild guess here and say that this has never been apart. I don't think I'm too far off. There we go. Let's see. Let that drain down to our mushroom container. Nice. All right, one linkage off. And let's see. Second linkage off and spring off. There you go. Carburetor removed. Here's our float. Take our float pin. That guy out. Float comes off, and that was our needle that we just lost. Right there. Doesn't really look terrible, so that's good. And then this is where the needle is housed, in here. It usually clicks in place. It's not, so I just got to make sure when we go back with that we get it lined up good, and that she stays in there. Alright. Now we're going to grab some wire, and we'll go ahead and get this seat cleaned up, and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, so here you have it. Now this portion here is your fuel line that comes in here, and then this is where your needle goes, and they call that the seat. So if you can blow through here and feel air come out of that, then you're fine. Your seat is fine. You can push your needle down in there and blow against it, and it should restrict the flow if the seat and the end of the needle where the rubber portion is good. But if you look down in here, try to get you the best shot I can of this, it's pretty dirty where the jet is, and I don't know if my dad has a flathead that's going to be small enough to get down there to remove that jet. So let me see if I can find some tools, and I'll be back with you. So another thing I wanted to show you is if you don't have anything on any tools or any carburetor cleaning tools or anything, what I like to do is just take a small section of wire. This is a 16 gauge wire that I just had left over in my bag. Fold a bunch of strands back, grab you a couple of strands, go ahead and get it twisted tight. And you can take your carburetor and you can run this down through the jet. And I had a little bit of resistance at first when I was measuring for the amount of wire that would go through the jet. So that's pretty clean. I'm going to try to find something to blow that out with. I'm not sure what we have here, so stand by. So it's the best I can come up with around here, short notice. So we'll plug that in there and give her a squirt. Start it here. Oh yeah, there we go. There it is. There it is, we have movement. There it is, just spray every hole. Everything seems to be clean, clear. So we're gonna go ahead and reassemble this and put some water up to it and try to get it fired up. All right, so we've pretty much wiped everything down, blew everything out. What we're gonna do now is go ahead and assemble the float with the needle. And we'll hold the needle in place like so. And I don't know if you can see this or not. This is a really weird angle. We'll come down, we'll insert, oh, try that again. Come down and we'll insert our needle into our seat housing. Floats there. We'll put our float pin in. We were able to use some of that WD-40 with the toothbrush and get that nice and cleaned up. Shout out to Olsa Tools once again for a really cool little gearless ratchet, 1/4 inch drive. That's how you reverse it. I really like these things. They just really come in handy. Get that snugged up, torque to spec. All right, and we'll go ahead and reset the camera angle and get the carburetor reinstalled. And we're back. And I apologize to the people of YouTube Mountain for that fan noise that's running in the background. I hope it's not terrible on the audio, but it's just too unbearable out here with this heat. Even though we're in the shade, it's ridiculously hot. So we're gonna go ahead and reverse what we did here. We're gonna hook up our spring. And hook up our linkage. And hook up our linkage, and roll her over, just like so. Get our fuel line hooked up here. Pliers. Okay. Now we're just ready for our air cleaner, and no idea which way it went. Let's go this way. So now we have to hook up, I'm gonna guess this way. All right. Hook up our breather from our valve cover to the back port. Grab a bolt, look on the back side, line her up from the back, right into the hole. Sorry if my fat hands are in the way. Alright, it's good. That linkage is good. Let's torque her down. And once again, torque to spec. Don't forget that part. air cleaner. Check. Alright. Now the only thing left is to get this puppy fired up. So right now we'll go ahead and get our fuel valve opened up and we'll check the leaks. That should start to fill that fuel bowl. And once the fuel bowl is full, then that float is going to move to the upper position and close that valve with needle and seat. It'll keep it at that level. So we'll be back here in a second. Okay, so we're all hooked up with water. We bled. Bleeding. Bleeding. Okay, why isn't that showing? Great. Messed up one, maybe? Nah. Maybe. Yeah. Sorry about the mess. My dad just went through this last hurricane and this pool enclosure didn't fare well. So it's in pretty bad shape. And I'm not too sure about this one, but yeah. I'm gonna give it the old college try anyways. So, alright, let's see if this thing will actually start. Put it in start position.